Henry Cavill defends Zack Snyder's darker Superman, but does it fix Man of Steel's biggest flaws? Fans and comic book writers remain divided. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more videos. The comic book Superman doesn't need us to defend him, but Zack Snyder's version of the character in Man of Steel sure does. Like, what was that even? In 2013, as Snyder's darker, more serious take on the character hit the theaters, fans simply lost their minds over how the movie completely altered the character's essence. Well, while some loved the fresh, realistic approach, most fans and comic book lovers felt it stripped away the heart of what makes Superman so special. Soon, with endless debates originating online, Henry Cavill had to defend his character and Zack Snyder's vision, arguing that his Superman isn't brooding, he's just more grounded in reality. But let's be honest, Cavill's explanation won't really fix Man of Steel's biggest problems. When Zack Snyder's Man of Steel debuted in 2013, it suddenly introduced audiences to a Superman who was more somber and introspective than previous portrayals. Now, while this came as a fresh take on the character, it wasn't well appreciated by fans and critics, as they believed Snyder's version stripped the fan-favorite DC character of its true essence. This sudden spark in outrage and chaos over Man of Steel thus led Henry Cavill, the titular star who donned the iconic cape, to defend Zack Snyder's vision. Speaking with Interview magazine, Cavill stood by Snyder's interpretation of Superman, asserting that it offered a more realistic depiction of the superhero. Cavill stated that while the film's world might appear darker, Superman himself isn't moody or brooding. "I wouldn't say it's darker. I think it's more realistic. The story exists in a darker world, maybe in comparison to some of the other tellings, where Superman is more accepted and the colors are brighter, it's literally darker. But as far as describing the movie and the character, it's just more realistic. And in realism, there are wonderful moments of light as well as darkness. Superman isn't moody or brooding or aggressive." Further emphasizing how his on-screen character experiences a range of emotions, from melancholy to happiness, especially in moments with his mother or returning home, Henry Cavill elaborated on Zack Snyder's vision. Highlighting Superman's journey from isolation to heroism, Cavill pointed out that despite living a life of loneliness, Clark Kent stepped into the light and became a beacon of hope for humanity. Sorry to say, but despite Henry Cavill's earnest defense, a set of fans and some comic book writers felt that Zack Snyder's portrayal drifted far away from the traditional essence of Superman. DC fans argued that the Man of Steel's tone was too grim, lacking the optimism and moral clarity that have long been associated with the character in the comics. Soon, even critics and renowned comic book writers joined the discussion, agreeing with fans about how the departure from the classic portrayal naturally failed to capture the true spirit of Superman. It was particularly the Superman Birthright writer Mark Waid who noted how the 2013 movie was so rooted in grim reality that it majorly lacked a sense of triumph to it, via Thrillbent. "There were certainly things to like, but there was no triumph to it. None of Superman's victories in this movie are in any way the kind of stand-up and cheer events you'd think necessary in a movie with Superman in it. Did it succeed in what it set out to do? I think probably so. But what it set out to do, as it turns out, leaves me cold." Eventually, while some viewers appreciated the fresh take, others yearned for the familiar embodiment of hope and virtue. Considering how Superman's essence lies in optimism, faith, and bright tones, Man of Steel opting for a relentlessly bleak tone left people unsatisfied with the modern adaptation of the character. So it seems that while Henry Cavill came in defense of Zack Snyder's film and shed light on the intentions behind this darker portrayal and realistic superhero, fans are still not buying his explanation. While Man of Steel marked a modern representation of Superman in cinema, fans are somehow still divided on its tone and vision.
Cavill was born in Jersey, the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, which are dependent territories of the British Crown and are located off the coast of Normandy, France. He is the fourth of 5 sons of Marianne Cavill, née Dalgliesh, a secretary, and Colin Cavill, a stockbroker. The family lived in St. Helier, where Henry Cavill grew up playing computer games with his brothers. At age 13, he left Jersey to attend the Stowe School, a boarding school in Buckinghamshire, England. At Stowe, Cavill developed an interest in acting and participated in school productions, including Grease, A Midsummer Night's Dream, and Tom Stoppard's Dog's Hamlet. At age 16, he and his classmates had the opportunity to be extras in the movie Proof of Life, 2000, starring Russell Crowe. While on set, Cavill introduced himself to the recent Oscar winner, who encouraged him to pursue acting professionally. Cavill soon landed a role in Vendetta, 2001, followed by another in Kevin Reynolds' big-screen adaptation of The Count of Monte Cristo, 2002. For the part of Albert Mandego, Cavill, who has said that he was teased for being overweight as a kid, was encouraged to lose several pounds. In addition, Cavill had guest roles in a number of British television shows as well as supporting parts in the coming-of-age film I Capture the Castle, 2003, and an adaptation of the Celtic romance Tristan plus Isolde, 2006. During this period, Cavill auditioned for several iconic roles, including Superman and James Bond, which ultimately went to Brandon Routh in Superman Returns and Daniel Craig in Casino Royale, both 2006, respectively. Those setbacks led him to consider following in the footsteps of two of his elder brothers and joining the armed forces. In 2007, however, Cavill garnered his first leading role in The Tudors, a cable series following the exploits of Henry VIII, played by Irish actor Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. Cavill portrayed Charles Brandon, a loyal courtier to the king. The series helped make Cavill a familiar face, and during its 4 seasons, 2007 to 10, he also appeared in such films as the adventure fantasy Stardust, 2007, and the Woody Allen comedy Whatever Works, 2009. After The Tudors, Cavill proved his skill as an action star, playing Greek hero Theseus in Immortals, 2011, and the son of a CIA agent, played by Bruce Willis, in The Cold Light of Day, 2012. In 2011, Cavill announced that he had been cast as Clark Kent/Superman in Man of Steel, 2013. He later admitted that he had missed the call from director Zack Snyder offering him the job because he had been playing the online game World of Warcraft. To portray the Man of Steel, Cavill transformed his body, adding so much muscle that he sometimes split the seams of his Superman costume. He also had the opportunity to work alongside Crow, who played Superman's father. Jor-El. Cavill went on to reprise the role in Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice, 2016, starring opposite Ben Affleck as Batman, and in Justice League, 2017, featuring such DC comic book heroes as Wonder Woman, played by Israeli actress Gal Gadot. In between Superman films, Cavill starred in director Guy Ritchie's big-screen adaptation of The Man from UNCLE, 2015, playing a CIA agent who teams up with a KGB agent, played by Armie Hammer, and in Sandcastle, 2017, portraying a Special Forces captain on a 2003 tour of Iraq. Cavill then played the main antagonist in Mission Impossible Fallout, 2018, the 6th installment of Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible series. In 2019, he assumed the lead role in the hit Netflix series The Witcher, based on the novels by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski, whose sources include Polish mythology and Slavic folklore. Cavill played Sherlock Holmes, the elder brother of aspiring sleuth Enola Holmes in the movies Enola Holmes, 2020, and Enola Holmes 2, 2022. In 2022, Cavill had a cameo as Superman in Black Adam, renewing speculation that he was planning a return to the